believe in unity. We have the strength, we have the numbers. Walang iwanan 'cause we fight together. Pagsanib ng lakas, there's no stopping us. We are stronger together, buo ang puso. We are stronger together, buo ang puso. Isang liga, magkaisa. Pagsanib ng lakas, there's no stopping us. We are stronger together, buo ang puso.
Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat, mga kapuso. Welcome to your favorite In-Between show. In-Between po kasi nakasandwich to sa gitna ng mga laro natin dito sa NCAA Season 97. This is Game On and we are back here at the Sports Studio of Champions na dinala natin dito sa ating venue for men's basketball, the Sal Green Hills St. Benil Gym, located of course at the center of Metro Manila in Mandaluyong City. And again, as per usual, we've got a action-packed show for you guys this afternoon na mag-e-enjoy po kayo. Marami tayong i-guest dito. And speaking of guests, my name is Martin Javier. Kausapin na natin yung unang dalawa nating guests here. Our halftime performers today, unahin na natin yung nag-perform kanina na si Miss Zonia Mejia.
Yes, Martin.
Hello, Zonia. Welcome back pala kay
Thank you.
Zonia.
Thank
Oo.
you.
Nakailang bisita rin to sa studio natin. Alala mo?
Namiss ko nga to eh.
Oo. Namiss mo ba?
Namiss ko.
Okay. May isa rin kasi bumisita na mas... Okay, biro
Ay,
lang.
ano to?
Ay, hindi ba? Hindi pala. O sige, meron pa tayo isang guest. Siyempre, ang magpo-perform naman mamaya. Ito, matagal na to. Starstruck pa lang to. Malit pa lang ako. Ito malit pa lang ako. Kilala ko na to dahil sa Starstruck. Pero ngayon, nai-interviewin ko siya. Mas mukha pa siyang bata sa akin. Nandito po si Dion Ignacio. Dion.
Hello. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
Okay, welcome to the Studio of Champions at maraming salamat po sa pagsali sa atin dito. Of course, for accepting our invitation and visiting us and performing for us here. But speaking of the performances, how was your experience kanina, Zonia? Kasi syempre, iba to eh. Nasa court. Tapos, medyo limited lang yung audience. O, kamusta yun?
Alam mo, kahit na limited yung audience, masaya din talaga yung experience na makakanta ako dito sa NCAA, di ba? And wala, nakakamiss lang na kumanta-kanta sa madaming tao at sa live.
Tama. Kasi minsan na lang ngayon yung magkaroon ka ng opportunity or nagsisimula pa lang bumalik unti-unti. Yung mga live events natin. So this is a great opportunity. Pero kanina yung kinanta ni Zonia, kinanta niya, ano yan, My Future Husband.
Dear future husband.
Ay, di. Mali pa ako. Dear Future Husband pala yung kinanta niya. Kanino mo pa yan
Inaalay.
dinededicate? Oo. Kasi syempre, recently po nilaunch si Zonia, one of the love teams, ka-partner ni Jamir.
Jamir Zabard.
Sa kanya mo ba yan ino-offer?
Pwede ba? Charot lang.
Gusto mo in-on the spot ko si Zonia? Oo.
Eto.
Eto.
Hi, Jamir.
Yes, may pa-hi. But again, that was a great performance by Zonia kanina. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Pero ito, yung next performer natin, ito, veteran to.
Ako, veteran talaga.
Kamusta ka naman ano yung kakantahin mo mamaya? Na-expect natin mamaya sa'yo?
Yung kakantahin ko mamaya, yung platinum ko na yun. Matagal ko na
Platinum.
kinakanta talaga yun.
Okay.
Yung The Calling, Wherever You Will Go.
Uy!
Ayan.
Classic!
Classic, di ba?
Okay. So mamaya po, mamaya tignan natin kung mabibigyan natin ng sneak peek yung mga kapuso natin doon sa kakantahin ni Dion. But I also understand you were mentioning off-cam, Dion, that previously you had the opportunity of being a double of our former guest here, Mr. Ding Dong Dantes as well. Nag-guest natin siya kasi taga San Beda siya dati. Tapos, kamusta yun? That was for Alternate, which was, a series also on prime time. Pero iba yun kasi usually, sanay ka na sa'yo nakafocus yung camera, na talagang may role ka. But this time,
Pero,
for fulfilling that role.
Pero this time yun nga, double nga ako dito ni Kuya Dong. So pinapakita lang sa akin dito yung likod, tsaka gilid. Pero yung lahat ng mga dialogues
Sena.
ni nung kambal ni Kuya Ding Dong tsaka ako, talagang inaaral ko yung mga script namin.
Kasi binabato mo rin.
Oo, kailangan kasi ang goal ko, si Kuya Dong makakuha sa akin ng facial expression, yung
Correct.
emotion niya. Kailangan meron siyang magandang kabatuan. Hindi yung steady lang.
Correct.
Dapat
Oo.
talaga
Para talaga
may kabatuan siya.
authentic yung eksena. Tsaka, may gano'n ako. May gano'n. Kala mo may alam eh. Okay, pero...
Para maganda yung reaction niya. Yan.
para maganda yung reaction. That's right. Okay, ikaw naman, Zonya. What was your previous project before getting launched dun sa Love Team?
Oh, I left my heart in
Yun.
Sorsogon.
Oh, that
Nagpunta
was-
kami ng Sorsogon talaga. Sobrang ganda sa Sorsogon.
Kamusta yun? Pero lock-in din yun, di ba?
Lock-in taping. Ang
din.
tagal namin doon. Parang 1 month kami sa Sorsogon. Tapos may quarantine hotels pa kami, ganyan. Pero masaya kasi parang nagbakasyon kami. Nakakita kami ng ibang lugar. Tapos beach. Ang ganda ng mga beach sa Sorsogon.
Talaga, iba yung experience na yun kasi syempre nag-i-enjoy ka na.
Nagtatrabaho ka pa.
Yes.
Yes.
Tapos lagi ka pang in character kasi nakafocus ka dun sa
Sa character mo talaga.
sa work nyo. Oo. Pero, okay, for you guys, naglalaro ba kayo ng sports? Meron ba kayong mga teams na sinusuporta? Ikaw, Zonya, meron ka
Ako.
sinusuportahan kanina.
Yes, sinusuportahan ko kanina yung San Beda.
Oo, kasi kayo bumisita sa practice
Oo.
nila.
Nung nag-primer ako, nag-host ako sa kanila and na-interview ko kasi yung mga players ng San Beda. So, nakita ko yung training nila, kung ano yung ginagawa nila. So, chini-cheer ko sila doon sa gilid. Ganun lang ako.
Oo nga. At nanalo sila.
Diba?
Oo, maganda
Congrats.
pinakita nila. Okay, ikaw naman, Dion, nagsisports ka ba? Nanonood ka?
Basketball yan. Pero hindi ako sobrang galing eh. Parang papawis lang.
Oo, papawis. Yun, no, papawis lang for the yun. Pero recreational, ganon.
Yan, mga ganun.
Nanonood ka rin. Okay, so salamat po kay Dion at Zonya sa pagsali sa atin dito sa show. Paano kayo makikita ng mga kapuso natin sa mga upcoming shows and of course online on your social media accounts? Unahin ko na si Dion. Invite your kapusos.
Yan. Follow niyo po ako sa IG ko sa Dion_Ignacio and abangan niyo po ako sa Bulera and Voltes 5. Yan.
And Zonya?
Yes, abangan niyo po ang Jose and Maria Bonggang Villa. Malapit na po yan sa GMA. And follow niyo po ako sa aking social media accounts, Zonya Mejia, sa Facebook, IG is @Zonya. Thank you!
At syempre, abangan nyo po mamaya si Dion sa halftime ng second game natin, EAC versus Letran. Thank you so much to Dion.
Thank you,
Thank
Martin.
you. Salamat po ng
Thank you,
marami
thank you.
sa pagbisita sa atin dito. Our first two guests, as per usual, are halftime performers today at mga kapuso stars dito. But speaking of stars, eto na po yung susunod nating segment. Ito yung ating player to watch out for in this particular week dahil hindi lang siya magaling mag-capture ng bola, kundi pati na rin ng puso ng girls. Grabe naman yan. Okay, let's find out who he is.
Sa kanyang angking gilas sa basketball, talino sa pag-aaral at kagwapuhan, how can you miss this next basketball star?
I started at the age of 7, I think, with the influence of my father. Tinuturuan niya ako paano mag-shooting, the proper fundamentals of basketball.
Aside from collecting achievements like being part of the mythical 5 of the national team, hilig din niya ang mangolekta ng sapatos at Funko Pops. E-girls kaya, kinokolekta din niya?
Yung favorite ko na sneaker, siguro, as of now, yung Kobe 6 ko. ASG. Then sa Funko Pop, siguro yung Breaking Bad set na collection. Si Walter White and sila Jesse Pinkman. Yung usual routine ko kasi is I read Good Morning God, I have a book. Tapos I just say my reflection before the game to God. Tapos after game, sa bubble, nag-visit ako sa chapel namin sa San Beda, Taytay. My ultimate dream is to play in the pros, play in the PBA, and then someday be a successful businessman.
From being a Cub to now a roaring point guard of San Beda Red Lions, Peter Alfaro makakasama natin sa studio live.
Ayan na po ang ating player to watch this year in the NCAA Season 97 or this week pala. Nandito from the San Beda Red Lions, fresh from a win, Mr. Peter Alfaro. Peter, welcome to the show.
Thank you, bro.
Kamusta ka?
Glad to be here. Okay
Yes.
lang. Okay lang.
Kita mo naman, yung interview kanina, it was a getting to know you type of interview. So, ganyan din po yung gagawin natin dito. We'll keep it light. And of course, para malaman ng mga viewers natin. Ano ba? Sino ba talaga si Peter Alfaro? By the way, I would like to commend you. 2 straight good performances para dito sa San Beda. Unahin muna natin doon. What can you say about your increasing role so far para kay Coach Boyet?
Actually, I've been ready for this role naman. Kasi I've worked hard the whole pandemic. Especially dun sa point guard position kasi yun nga, nagkukulang kami dun and we have to set things up knowing the system of Coach Boy.
I think you've started in 2 games. Ito, 2 straight games na for Coach Boy Fernandez and you've produced because before, bago po yung games na to, off the bench siya, he was a designated shooter. Diba? Spot-up shooter for San Beda, but great job so far. Kwento mo naman sa amin, paano ka nagsimula mag-basketball? Ito, titignan natin yung mga highlights mo. You have a lot of 3-pointers this year. Pero paano ba nagsimula yung kwento ni Peter sa paglalaro ng basketball?
Actually, it first started with the influence of my dad, my brothers then.
And you mentioned earlier, your dad is part of the Pro League and one of the first few who started it back in 1975. So that's actually a great thing kasi he saw how basketball grew here in the country. So tell us a bit more about that.
Based on his stories, because it was 1975, before PBA was Mika, and then it went into PBA. He played for the Presto Ice Cream. He played for 2 years, and then he met my mom, and then they got married, and that's all. And then
That's his
after that,
history.
yeah.
And then how did he influence you to play basketball? Kasi syempre, I feel like it's always a requirement. Hindi naman requirement, pero lagi nagiging ganun yung ruta. Pag anak ka ng professional basketball player, obviously, yun yung isa sa mga unang pupuntahan ng mga anak. Was it the same case for you?
Yes, actually. Pero knowing my dad, he never gave me any pressure. He supported me all the way. Never told me to do these things, do these things. He just told me to let the game come to me and enjoy what I do, always.
And sa paglaro naman ng point guard, paano kanya na tulungan? Same position ba kayo ng dad mo?
Knowing Papa kasi is, he's a shooting guard when he was in the pros.
Ooh, okay.
Designated shooter din.
Oo, so nakatulong din.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mostly talaga, yes.
Mostly, okay. But so far in your young basketball career, siyempre, you are well accomplished. Lalong-lalo na dun sa high school career mo kasi konti pa lang yung nakikita mong minutes dito sa college scene. What's that accomplishment, achievement that you're really, super proud of?
Maybe when I was part of the under-18 Philippine team.
Oh, okay. So, did you represent the country? Did you
Yes.
go to another country to compete?
We went to Indonesia for the Shaba Games and we won the championship there.
Siaba Games. So how was it like? Because I know international competition is a lot different because obviously, number one, they have a different level of basketball there. Number two, it's very hard to scout your opponents because you're not sure how they're gonna play against international competition. Pero para sa'yo, kamusta yung banggaan mo sa kanila?
It was a big challenge, especially for us Filipinos. Pero eventually, dun lumalabas yung puso.
Talagang, naramdaman mo ba yun?
Yes.
Totoo yung
Kasi-
puso?
Going up against them, they're bigger. Pero we have to be smarter and quicker, especially sa games natin, and follow the system of the coach.
Wow. Okay, so this is Peter Alfaro of the San Beda Red Lions. Peter, now before we go, I want you to tell us a little bit more about your situation right now for San Beda. We want to ask more questions, by the way, but of course we got limited time here. Tanungin muna natin si Peter, with the way San Beda is playing right now, how do you see this team going forward? Kasi wala pa kayong talo. But we kept mentioning earlier, kami ni Mikey, we feel like your team is continuing to improve, grow as we go along with the season. Kamusta kayo dyan?
For us kasi, we take it one game at a time. Every next game, we prepare for them. And then, especially in practice, we really go hard. And then, during this game against Perpetual, I really commend our bench because like you Ken Andrade, he stepped up big time for us.
Right.
Talaga. Yeah.
15. Actually, in 2 games now. Yung
Yeah.
bench talaga yung nagpo-provide ng spark, ng boost for the team. All right, I'll give you now an opportunity to greet your kababayans, kapusos, kasi I understand you're from Zamboanga and I have a few phrases here. Buenas tardes po sa lahat ng mga nanonood mula sa Zamboanga. Okay, your opportunity to do that now.
Na todos Zamboangueños ali, querido man, thank you con ustedes na oportunidad na takiwara na GMA. Di mio parents, mama and papa, Kuya Marius, Jo Marie, my girlfriend, thank you con ninyo todo. Continue ustedes suporta con el GMA, pati con San Beda Red Lions. Hopefully we will get the championship this year. Thank you.
There you go, Peter Alfaro. Late ko na tanong ito, pero ¿qué tal, Yatu? Tama ba? ¿Qué tal, Yatu? Kamusta ka na? that's how you say it in Chabacano.
Yes, bro.
Okay, there you go. Gracias. Maraming salamat po, Peter Alfaro, our player to watch this week in the NCAA Season 97. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you go. So, yan po, nakilala nyo pa ng mas mabuti itong si Peter Alfaro. Pero ngayon naman, from one player, we go to another. Mamaya-maya po, malalaman natin. Marami tayong malalaman. Power player naman ng NCAA ang sisilipin natin sa pagbabalik po yan natin dito sa Game On! Good afternoon po sa inyo lahat mga kapuso. Welcome back to the show. This is your favorite in-between show and this is called Game On, back here at the Studio of Champions in LaSalle, Green Hills, St. Benil Gym. Ayan naman po kung kanina po, player to watch yung feature natin. Yan po ay si Peter Alfaro ng San Beda Red Lions. Kaya naman, we'll check out our NCAA power player dahil syempre marami nagpo-perform dito sa NCAA Season 97 ng malupit. Pero ito yung pinaka nag-standout sa atin this week. Let's meet him.
Official height, 6'7". May tira sa labas. Matibay sa loob. Matindi dumepensa. Halos lahat ng mga katangiang hinahanap ng mga basketball scouts sa isang collegiate basketball prospect ay mahanap sa team captain ng Letran Knights na si Jeo Ambohot. Si Ambohot ay tubong New Bataan, Davao de Oro at kasulukuyang naglalaro sa kanyang huling season sa NCAA. Pangarap ni Jeo makapagbigay muli ng kampyonato sa Letran bago siya umangat sa next level. Noong April 8, nagkaharap ang dalawang unbeaten teams na Mapua at Letran sa Battle of Intramuros. Umpisa pa lang, nagkainitan na ang dalawang kupunan. Tinawagan ng disqualifying foul si Louis Sangalang. Pero hindi nagpatinag ang Knights. Tinuloy nila ang laban at sa pangunguna ni Ambohot, nagtagumpay ang mga Letranista 80-60. Pagkatapos ng Holy Week break, sumabak agad sa aksyon ang Knights kontra sa isa pa nilang kapitbahay sa Intramuros, ang LPU Pirates. At dahil hindi pa makalaro si Sangalang, dumoble kayod si Ambohot at nakapagtala muli ng isang double-double, 13 points at 13 rebounds na may kasama pang 5 blocks. Dahil dito at sa endgame heroics nila Renza Bando, Fran Yu at Brent Paraiso, nanalo muli ang Letran 80-77 at naprotektahan ang kanilang malinis na kartada. 5-0 na ang defending champion Letran Knights at malaking bagay dito ang mga kontribusyon ng kanilang kapitan na nag-average ng 10.8 points, 10.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists at 1.6 blocks kada laro. Solid, hinog na at ready for the pros. Yan si Jeo Ambohot ng Letran Knights, ang ating NCAA Power Player of the Week.
Jeo Ambohot, our NCAA Power Player of the Week from the Letran Knights. Tinutulungan ang Letran ngayon sa kanilang undefeated streak sa NCAA Season 97. Averaging MVP numbers this year, really double-double numbers. So ipagpatuloy mo yan, Jeo Ambohot. That will be featured, by the way. He'll be featured in our next game. Mamaya po, EAC Letran. Pero ngayon, from Jeo, lalagyan natin ng isang letter ha. Gawin natin Jielo. Dahil kasama natin ngayon from the University of Perpetual Help sa chat box. Nandito si Jielo Razon. Jielo, welcome to the studio.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
Yun, iba talaga to si Jielo Razon. Ang matagal na natin ito tinitignan from his years in the Junior Altas. Napunta to sa seniors team ni Coach Mike Sagigit. Coach Frankie ba?
Coach Frankie muna na una.
Oo, nandun pa kayo. Pero ngayon, na kay Coach Mike kayo. Kamusta kayo so far as a team? Ito, you had a rough start to the season, but I feel like, you can still perform well in your next coming games.
Yung sa practice naman, okay kami. Hindi, sa relasyon namin kay coach, tsaka sa players namin, sobrang okay. Parang isa lang kami, family kami. Lalo na ngayon, sama-sama kami sa bubble na parang wala na kaming ibang pupuntahan eh. Kami-kami na parang nagturingan na talaga kami magkakapatid.
Pamilya na talaga. Okay, pero kamusta nga yung bubble ninyo? Kasi syempre, ibang setup to. Kumbaga, kayo magkakasama kayo din. Tinitignan natin yung highlights. So, napakarami mong highlights this year. By the way, Jielo is the third leading scorer in the league at 16 points per game. Pero kamusta yon? How is it different from the previous seasons? Dahil syempre iba yung setup natin. Naninibago ba kayo na lahat kayo sama-sama pupunta dito sa venue tapos maglalaro, babalik doon?
Nakakapanibago kasi wala kang time sa family mo. Parang chat-chat lang. Tapos, parang may good side din naman kasi parang makakapag-focus ka talaga sa basketball. Kasi kaya kayo pinagbubble para mag-basketball lang talaga tsaka aral. Ayun yung good side niya.
At mukhang focus na focus ka this year, Jielo. Kasi talagang may green light to. Si Jielo Razon to shoot a basketball this year. Let's talk about that. Kasi syempre, may mga nawala kayong key pieces. Si Ben Adamos, nawala.
Charcos.
Edgar Charcos. Oh, ang dami tinitira nun. Di ba?
Peralta.
Oh, may Tonton Peralta pa na talagang gunner din. So, how do you explain like your bigger role this year? At syempre, umangat din ba? Kasama nun yung kumpiyansa mo to shoot the basketball?
Oo, siguro nagkakumpiyansa kasi nung pandemic talagang nag-focus lang ako sa basketball. Kahit pandemic, nag-extra training ako, individual training, ganun. Parang hindi talaga ako nag-skip ng basketball kahit nung pandemic eh.
Sinipagan mo talaga nung pandemic.
Para ready ako ngayong season na to para mataas yung kumpiyansa ko.
Pero kamusta yung Jielo? Kasi narinig natin noon kay Coach Mike na sinusubukan talaga nilang, ano mo yun, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung programa, online trainings. Pero ikaw personally, paano mo spinend yung days mo nung pandemic? Kasi syempre, iba-iba tayo na naging ruta nun. Iba-iba nung ano natin, mga outlet natin nung pandemic. Para sa'yo, ano yung nangyari?
Yung sa akin, nung pandemic, nagkaroon kami ng liga ni Coach Mike eh. Nung sa NBL.
Okay.
Kaya medyo mas umangat ako
Kaya pala
sa
condition
mga
to.
teammate ko. Kasi, ayun, bubble type din yun. Kaya parang, nakakapag-adjust na ako sa bubble na type ng basketball.
Talaga. So, from that experience, ngayon dito, hindi ka pala nahirapan
Medyo sanay na.
Medyo sanay na. Okay, what can you say about the new pieces on your team right now and of course the new leaders that you have? Ang pinag-usapan natin dito dati, na nag-breakout performance, it was Jeff Egan. Nag-26 points siya. Pero kamusta yon? Kasi syempre, iba-ibang mukha na to. With the exception, of course, of Kim Aurin, dahil matagal na yung nasa inyo. Kamusta yung mga bago nyong players, ay yung mga umangat din yung role dito? How are they performing for you?
Yung mga bago namin, maayos naman sila kasi nakikinig talaga sila kay Coach Mike. Lalo na sa amin, nakikinig sila. Parang mas sa amin pa sila lumalapit. Sa amin sila mas unang nagtatanong kasi
Talaga.
kami yung mga kuya-kuya na eh.
May initiative silang ganon.
Kaya maayos sila, kaya sure ako matututo yung mga batang yun. Pagdating din ng mga next year, ganun. Experience lang. Kailangan lang talaga nila ng experience.
Ano, kailangan nyo lang makinig kay Jielo Razon. Hindi, biro lang. Okay, pero Jielo, so far, kasi marami ka nang naka-matchup na magagaling. Sino yung toughest guard, toughest matchup mo so far sa mga nakalaban mo na?
Siguro si ito yung
Sino?
si Canlas si
Si Kwekute. Ikaw po bumabantay kanina? Ikaw kumukuha?
Nung una nga hindi nila ako pinapabantay kay Kwekute kasi mapapagod daw ako.
Hindi, tsaka mas maliit ka kay Kwekute. Pero
Kasi aggressive siya sa offense eh.
bigla nga nag-iba no? Talaga umaatake na siya ngayon. Pero kino-consider mo si James Kwekute. Ayan, okay. So, Jielo, before we let you go, of course, we are going to let you invite your kapusos at saka yung Perpetual community. Sabihin mo sa kanila kung anong aabangan nyo pa sa Season 97 for the Altas at imbitahan mo na rin sila na syempre manood sa kanilang mga tahanan para suportahan kayo.
Una-una, binabati ko yung Perpetual community. Sila Boss Alta, sila Ma'am Daisy, si Boss Anton Tamayo, si Sir Richard, si Sir Anthony, and si Sir Frank Busi. And yung mga nasa bahay nanonood, abangan nyo pa yung game namin kasi yung last 2 games namin, bubuhos kami. Tsaka yung family ko nasa bahay, sila mama, sila papa, yung girlfriend ko nasa bahay din nanonood. And yung mga boss ko, sila Boss Big Boy, sila Boss Alden, sila Boss Delon. And yung si Tiago, yung pinakamabait na anak ni Coach Mike, si Boss Tiago. Ayun lang.
Parang ano yun Parang sinabi sa'yo na batiin na. Kasi may pinakamabait eh. Pero Jielo, maraming salamat po sa pagsali mo sa amin dito. At salamat rin siyempre kay Sir Frank tsaka kay Sir Mike sa pagpayag na sumali sa amin dito si Jielo. Ayan. Of course, more great performances mula po sa ating ngayon, number 3 scorer in the league in Jielo Razon and the University of Perpetual Health System Delta. But earlier, San Beda Perpetual, that was just our first game. We have another one coming right up. And it is between the EAC Generals and the defending champions, still undefeated 5-0, the Colegio de San Juan de Letran Knights, and spearheading the broadcast here. Let's take a look at our panel here. Oh! Ako hindi ako naniniwalang nangyari yan ha. Lahat kasi ng bumangga kay Anton nagigiba talaga pag sa basketball. But it is Anton Rojas and of course Coach Hammer Martin Antonio manning the broadcast, manning the panel in that particular game between EAC and Letran. And that's another edition of the show. Once again, mga kapuso, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok sa favorite in-between show. This is Martin Javier joining you guys in Game On!